it's been a tough season. We're going to talk about how we stayed connected during this time.
Well, welcome everybody to the Side by Side Business Podcast. And we thought we needed to give an update now because a lot has happened in the recent past. We've kind of pulled back the curtain. We've shared an awful lot and been open and honest about this tough time
Mhm.
that we've been going through. So why don't you start with an update from your perspective?
So the temporary job or seasonal job that I had that has ended. And so now I'm in full in on the job hunt mode, trying to find some full-time employment.
She's unemployed. And so am I.
That's rough.
But we've been business owners for a long time.
Mhm.
And so this is,
And we still are.
and we still
Like, we're
are.
not abandoning our business at
Right,
all,
right.
but we need to bridge a financial gap between businesses right
That's right.
now. And so that's why we're doing the job hunting.
That's a better way of saying it than what I was thinking because yeah, we do still have our coaching business. We are working on building that up, but it takes time.
Yes,
And so we need to find some employment along the way. So that is a humbling thing.
it really is. And, you know, it's been a tough season
Hmm.
for, I think, maybe two reasons at least.
Okay.
My work schedule was crazy. I
Oh,
had to be at
goodness.
work at somewhere between 2 and 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
And secondly, it's been a tough season because we're wondering, when is the coaching business going to take off?
Yes.
And
Right.
so I don't know if there's any other, things about that for you,
No,
but
I mean, I think that's really good. Like, we want to talk about how we stayed connected during this time because
mhm.
how long did you work there? Was that
It
six
was about
weeks?
3.5, or I'm sorry, 2.5 months.
Oh, okay. Longer than what I was even thinking.
Yeah.
So 8 to 10 weeks then.
Mm-hmm.
And and so during that time, we fell into a new routine, or not, we didn't fall into it. We had to
No.
work hard to get into it.
I had to be very intentional about getting sleep.
Yes, and you were going to bed at
Sometimes 5, sometimes 6. Sometimes as late as 8, but usually
yes.
pretty early in the evening.
And you are a morning person, but that was ridiculous,
It
right?
was. It was, yeah.
And so this was all during the holidays.
Mhm.
We had family in town.
Right.
We had events going on at church and different things. And so that I
Mhm.
know that was hard on you to miss out on some of those
I was
things.
gonna say some of the things I missed out on, some of the things I just adjusted my sleeping schedule so that I
Right.
could be there
Hmm.
for them.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was challenging, but
Yeah.
it one of the things that helped me is I knew it was short term. And
Correct.
so
Yeah.
I knew, like, I can do anything for 2.5 months,
Right.
is what I thought to myself.
Yeah.
So,
So I can think of some practical things that we can pass along to other people
yes.
here to help out because we adjusted our schedules to accommodate what we were going through.
Mhm.
So you talked about your sleeping schedule. My work schedule changed because
Mhm.
there was a small window during the day where we were both awake
Yeah.
and we wanted to spend time together. So
Mhm.
from like noon until 5,
Right.
I didn't do a whole lot of work
Right.
during those hours.
Mhm.
And then
Or
what,
we worked together
or
on,
we
like,
worked together,
eBay or whatever. Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
And then whenever you would go to bed, then I went back to work. And
Mhm.
so I was working
Mhm.
until like 10 o'clock at night, a lot of
Yes.
nights.
Yes.
And we also should throw in there the factor that we still do have one of our kids is at home.
Yes.
And
Mhm.
if he is out,
Yeah.
I'm not going to go to bed.
Right.
And so I need to stay up until he got home, which a lot of times
Mhm.
was 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
And
I
so
wasn't staying up that
you
late.
weren't going to stay up. Um, so there was that accommodation, definitely,
Mhm.
figuring out your schedule.
Yes.
We've talked to couples before that had, they were on much more normal schedules than what we've
Mhm.
just talked about, but they really feel like they're just passing in the night.
We
And
literally did pass in the night one time. My
we
alarm
did.
went off and I got up out of bed and turned around and there you were crawling into bed.
Yes. I was like, what is that noise? And it was your alarm clock.
Yeah.
So yeah, that
Mhm.
was that was about as literal as you could get.
Yeah.
And so our advice to couples
Mhm.
is to sit down and coordinate your calendars and your
Yes.
schedules, and
Yes.
because there are ways that you can do it so
Mhm.
that you spend that quality time together. So that's, I think, you know, connecting, it's just like the quality times comes out of quantity time.
Yes. Mhm.
And we talk about that with parenting, and I think it's true in a marriage as well. And so
Mhm.
you've got to get those schedules coordinated so that you
Right.
can spend some good time together.
Right. And we've talked to couples who have a little bit of a different schedule and they have a hard time connecting in many ways. And I'm sure people are wondering 2.5 months, like when did you ever have, intimate couple
Yeah,
time?
right, yeah,
And so we did get creative with that too. And it
right,
was, I kind of had to get a little bit bolder and say,
yeah.
hey, you want to come to bed with me early?
I was
And
summoned to that.
so, it felt very awkward because that's
Yeah,
not my normal way. And
right,
it's awkward to talk about it publicly,
sure,
but I
yeah,
feel like that is something that's super important for people to
it
recognize.
is.
That was, I had a moment where I thought, if it's ever going to happen during this time, it's probably going to be up to me to
Right.
say, let's make this happen because,
Because you were so sleep deprived and it
yes.
took you quite a bit of time to get into that routine.
Mhm.
And so I'm trying to be sensitive.
And you were so respectful of that. Yes, yes.
But,
Yeah,
guys, all right, so that
yeah,
that's an important
right.
aspect of the relationship for both the
Hmm.
husband and the wife.
Right.
And so you've got to be willing to have difficult conversations at
Yeah.
times. And you have
Hmm.
to just be upfront about things and
Right.
say, this is what I need, and this is what the circumstances are, and how can we work this
Hmm.
out?
Yeah. And step outside of your comfort zone sometimes.
You love those words, how can we,
Yeah.
as
Hmm.
opposed to, oh, this is never gonna happen, or I'm
Right.
frustrated,
Hmm.
or I'm
Yeah. Or
angry.
why can't we or whatever,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. So I think that all of this about how we stayed connected, I think, and there was a realization that we probably were not going to be together as much physically in the same
yeah,
room
mhm,
during this time, but we had an understanding this is temporary,
yeah,
which helped. And not everybody has a temporary situation like that. But we also had the understanding that we both had to be intentional
right,
about making sure that we were in the same room at the same time for at least some period of time every day, whether it
mhm,
was relaxing and watching TV together, whether it was relaxing and, doing puzzles, playing games, whatever that
yeah,
kind of thing is, or if it was working together on our coaching business, on the eBay store, whatever else we had going on. And so that played into it a lot.
yeah. So I don't know. I can't remember one, two, three,
Yeah.
how many suggestions or tips or thoughts that we've thrown out here, but I think this is enough
Hmm.
for this episode because we just wanted to give that brief update to everyone to let you know that we're still here, we're still together, we're doing well. That was a tough season,
Yeah.
and we're not out of the difficult season from a
Mm-mm.
financial standpoint. We are working at it. We're trusting in the Lord,
Hmm.
and we're gonna literally do this side by side.
Yeah.
We're looking at this problem as it's a problem that's out there
Hmm.
that is challenging to the two of us together, and we're working side by side at this to figure this thing out.
Yes, we are.
So we'll keep everybody updated,
Yeah.
and we'll see how things go. But we are excited about the future. We're trusting in the Lord
Hmm.
and looking forward to what happens
Yeah. And we hope that you take what you've learned today and go out and build your dream business and life.
side by side.
See
Take
ya.
care.